Today's topic is percent increase and decrease. And if you want to find the percent of change in something, what you're going to do is take the amount of the increase or decrease and divide it by the original amount. So in these problems, we're going to find each percent of change. Tell whether it is a percent increase or decrease. Now, if you want to go from the number 8 to 10, so let's say something cost $8 a year ago and today it costs $10. And you want to know what percentage it's increased in price in the past year. Well, we're going to use our formula. The amount of increase is $2 or 2. The original amount was 8. So basically what we have is 2 divided by 8. So let's go ahead and do that. 2 divided by 8 gives us 0.25. Now, we want to change that to a percent. And while we haven't really talked about this, the way you change a decimal to a percent is just move your decimal point 2 places to the right and then add your percent sign. So you get 25%. So let's do the next one. From 75 to 30. Oh, and we forgot to say in the last problem, was that a percent increase or decrease? Well, if it went from $8 to $10, that's a percent increase. Now let's say something drops, say from $75 to $30. Okay, so what is the amount of the decrease? Well, that would be 45 divided by your original amount. Well, we started at 75, so we're going to say 45 divided by 75, which is 0.6. Move your decimal point 2 places to the right. We have an empty spot, so we have to put in a 0 and attach your percent sign. So that's a percent decrease because it's gone from 75 to 30. It's dropped. So we're going to say that that is a decrease. Let's move on. The entrance fee at an amusement park is $35. People over the age of 65 receive a 20% discount. What is the amount of the discount and how much do people over 65 pay? So this is going back to some problems similar to what we did before. So we're looking to find 20% of $35. So we've done this in our previous lessons. 20% we write as 20 over 100. Whatever follows the word of goes in the denominator, so this is 35, and our x goes in the numerator. Now what we're going to do is cross multiply, so 20 times 35, it's 700, is equal to 100x when we cross multiply. Divide each side by 100. Hundreds cancel, and x is equal to 7. So the discount is $7. And the amount that people over 65 would pay, if you get $7 off the $35 price, $35 minus $7 will give you a price of $28 that people over 65 pay. So let's move on. A student paid $31.20 for art supplies that normally cost $52. Find the percent discount. So let's see how we can rephrase this. Let's write it as what percent of $52 is $31.20. So we've seen problems like this before. And whenever you see what percent, you write that as x over 100. Whatever follows the word of goes in the denominator, so that's 52. And your last number will go in the empty spot, which is $31.20 in the numerator. And we'll cross multiply. So we have 52x equals 100 times $31.20, which gives us 3,120. And now to get x alone, we divide everything by 52. So x is 60%. Now, 60% is not the actual discount. 60%, he is actually paying 60% of the purchase price. So if you know that he's paying 60% of the purchase price, remember 100% would be the full purchase price, what is he getting for a discount? Well, 100% minus 60% would give you a 40% discount. Now you also could have approached the problem a different way if you had wanted to take $52 in the beginning and subtract $31.20 and say what percent of $52 is the amount that you got. That would have brought you to the 40%. So there's a couple of different ways to approach it, but what we found was how much the $31.20 was, what the percentage that was of the purchase price, and then we take that away from 60% to get a 40% discount. So that's it for today. Thank you for joining me.